Okay, that other worm that I told you, I have red wigglers in here and European night crawlers because they work different levels of the soil. And then it was the Malaysian blue worms. It has other names, and I'm not even going to try the Latin. But yeah, they work different depths of the soil. What I'm going to also do is make sure I turn this box upside down and check to see if anybody else is still here. Yeah, there's a lot of moisture. Yeah, okay. Well, oh, that's dry. That can't go in there. Or can't stay in there. Okay, I'll put you over there. All right, so let me give you guys some fresh food. Well, not fresh. It's like today, but it's not fresh, that's for sure. So I told you earlier that I have an apple. Yeah. An apple that I froze. I freeze their food most of the time, except for right now. Yeah. I have some green beans that I picked a couple days ago. And this is the container I had it in because it has a lid and whatever. Oh, I've got some little bit of what is that? Coffee grounds and a tea bag. So, and then let me feed you this is the Uncle Jim's worm food mixed with pumice. I have a little grit later this week or so. I will see about putting you some pulverized eggshells in there. Okay, just making sure everybody's still in there. They're alive and well. They don't like the light, but they're a tolerant worm. They're tolerant to us bothering them. So now I am going to cover their food, I should say. These plastic gloves, thank God. So I'm going to sprinkle. I'm going to cover the food with the shredded newspaper. That will keep the smell down and it will stop it will stop fruit flies and fungus gnats and anything else that wants to get in there and eat the food or colonize and make me mad. Okay, I got some paper towels in here. Used paper towels. Okay, I'm going to come back after I cover the surface with the damp cardboard and stuff. Alright, I got most of it covered, but I did want to show a couple things. I'm not just putting dry paper directly on top of where they're eating. Oh, and by the way, I'm also making sure that this paper is not just sopping wet. It needs to be wrung out. It's supposed to be moist but not damp, and definitely not dripping. I'll go ahead and get me a couple more sheets, just so. Then I'm covered. Sorry. It's supposed to be the dampness of a wrung out sponge, meaning you can feel that it's wet, but it's not dripping. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'm going to get it done. Okay. Oh, are those wet? Oh, yeah, they are, but just make sure. Yeah. This way the worms can come up to the fresh food that I just put in today, the fresh rotting food, and eat without the irritant of dry paper or a dry environment. They like it moist. They breathe through their skin, but they're not aquatic, so they would drown. Yeah. So, all right. So I've got my layer of wet, moist, damp papers, and then I do have, as I mentioned in another video, shredded, predominantly brown paper. I'll just put a little of that on. And what my plan is with this is to let them know once they come up above the wet, since they don't like dry, I want them to know, please stop there. But as Bentley, the compost guy, showed on his video, there will be some that are more adventurous and will climb up the sides, despite the light that I'm going to leave on day and night for a couple of days to dissuade them from going anywhere, because it's not like they got to go to work or go to school. So all they do is eat, poop, and breed. What a life. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I have zipped it up and finished a nice layer of dry on the top. An awesome thing about this being a flow-through bin is I don't necessarily always have to dig down into the to the bedding and whatnot to feed them. What I'm going to do is primarily I am going to, actually I need to monitor to see how these worms eat, meaning I'll give them a week and then I'll come back and check on them and see if they've eaten that apple that's over there and some of the other food that I've put in there, like the Uncle Jim's worm food, and see how they're going with that, because there are approximately, I would say, about 3,500 worms in there, and the documentation says that they'll double in population in 90 days. So I'll check on them in a week. They've got food, they've got moisture and bedding. I want them to get settled in and everything, and then I'll come back and check on them and see how often I need to feed them. Same thing for the Worm Factory 360. I have the original on the bottom, the first insurance on top, and then the second insurance, and this is the second bin. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put a piece of tape over this, because I've watched plenty enough of videos where they say that they can squeeze through that opening right there. One thing about those Malaysian blue worms, they are even thinner than the red wigglers, the red worms, and they eat just as much. And the documentation, again, it says that they can eat their body weight each day. So this is a piece of paper that comes with it. Okay, they've been shipped in dry peat moss. They look small and scrawny. which is normal. They just need food and water and hydration. And if I had any problems, they have a guarantee. Call them within 48 hours of getting them and putting them into a moist environment as well as feeding them. And they will resupply your shipment free of charge. That will require you to take some pictures at the same time. So here is a discount code. This is what I use with this order. So anyone who's planning to buy future worms, you can use this discount code to order your worms. It's UJW10. So it stands for Uncle Jim's Worms, 10% off. So I'm going to clean up my area here and upload this video. Talk to you later, Mom. Love you.